Let's turn over to Storm Watch 12. Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman for a look at our conditions. Very clear skies tonight. Good tonight to do some stargazing or even something even more.
Yeah, there's something pretty interesting in the night sky. Well, early morning sky, I should say. So there's this comet that's making a pass towards or around Earth and around the sun in our solar system. And if you look in the very early morning hours, just before sunrise, look east near the horizon. This will be best seen with a telescope or camera through the next couple mornings. You could spot this comet. I have seen some photos of it up towards the Mount Hood area. But what's really cool is later this month, after it goes around the sun and makes a pass back, we're going to see a better view of this in the evening instead of the early morning hours. And it's likely going to be even more visible as it comes in towards the middle of the month. We're looking October 12th to 20th. So we'll keep you posted on that front. But of course, if you take any photos, we'd love to see them. Email them to weather@kdrv.com. Now, meanwhile, pretty powerful storm system in the Gulf of Alaska, and with a high pressure just to our north and east, it's really creating some pretty breezy winds near the coast and up in some of the higher elevations along and west of the Cascades, really keeping things warm in Brookings with that Checo effect. Further inland, we're in the 50s along I-5, 55 in Klamath Falls, already 38 degrees though in Shamal, pretty chilly up to the north in Klamath County. And then taking a look at those winds, you can see some breezier conditions towards Lakeview and most valleys, very light winds, but it's those higher elevations that are seeing some breezier conditions, and humidity values are coming up in the valleys, but higher elevations, they are staying lower, and that's why we do have that red flag warning that remains in place along and west of the Cascades in southern Oregon, and then in western Siskiyou County, mainly the higher elevations above the valleys. These all go until 11 a.m. on Tuesday. So taking a look at your Tuesday forecast, as we start the month of October, it's going to be warm along the coast in the 70s, 80s for Brookings. Still pretty breezy with those winds and that Checo effect keeping things quite warm, especially in the Brookings Harbor area. It will be a bit warmer tomorrow in Northern California, 90 in Mount Shasta, up to 89 in Wairika, well into the 90s in Happy Camp and Soames Bar. East of the Cascades, a chilly morning in the 30s, but will rebound into the 80s for tomorrow afternoon. Up into the Cascades, 76 for Lake of the Woods, upper 80s in Prospect and Butte Falls. Ample sunshine once again for tomorrow, and sunny in the Rogue Valley with those temperatures topping out in the low 90s, a bit hot, 91 in Grants Pass and 92 in Medford. For the coast, the Checo effect does hang around for a few days, so it will still stay fairly warm and awfully sunny. The Rogue Valley temperature slightly cooler on Wednesday, but we're back up into the low 90s as early as Thursday. And then in the Klamath Basin, chilly mornings, but warm and above average afternoons as we head into the new month, highs in the lower 80s. And all the while staying dry through this week and even this weekend. There is a system on Friday, but all the wet weather will stay well to the north. We're still waiting on fall weather and some much needed rain to move into the region. It looks like it's going to stay pretty quiet at least through this weekend into the first part of next week. The coast, notice a bit of a cool down by Friday. We'll get more of an onshore breeze, and that's going to cool things off a bit. Northern California staying pretty warm though. Those temperatures well above average right through the weekend. The Klamath Basin, look for highs, a string of 80s right through Saturday. Maybe seeing a gradual cool down into early next week, but it'll be very slow. And then for the mountains, staying dry, lots of sunshine the next few days, breezy winds on Friday, and then in the Rogue Valley, expecting those temperatures to stay very summer-like, well above average, and we got a few days there at least with those highs up around 90 degrees or so.